Greetings everyone, this is Manisha. I welcome you all in this video in which we are going to discuss a very interesting program, that is program to check if the given number is an Armstrong number or not. Now first of all, let's understand what is Armstrong number. Armstrong number is that number which is equal to sum of cube of its digits, right? For example, 153, right? This number is an Armstrong number. Why? Because it is equal to 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube. That is, this number is equal to the sum of cubes of its digits. That is why this number is called Armstrong number. Right? Now, how to make a program to check whether the given number is an Armstrong number or not? Right? The logic that we are going to discuss over here is, that is, we are going to take one variable in which we are going to calculate the sum of the cubes of digits of the number. Then we are going to take another integer which we are going to assign the same number that has been given. That means the number that we have scanned, that will be assigned to this number, so that this number can be used to run the loop, and later on we can check the original number with the sum of its the cubes of its digits. Right? Now this kind of loop will be run while r is greater than 0. In previous statement we have done r is equal to n, that is the number that is given. So r is obviously not equal to 0 or will be greater than 0, right? So r is greater than 0. By the time r is greater than 0, this loop will run. Now how this loop will run? The number of times the loop will run is equal to the number of digits. How are we going to manage that? That is, initially the first statement inside the loop is to get the d is equal to r percent is modulus here, that will give you the remainder. Now if you take any number and divide it by 10, the remainder will be always the last digit of the number, right? Suppose we take 153 only, right? Suppose this number is assigned to n, and because r is equal to n, it is again assigned to r also, right? Now here what we have done is d is equal to r percent 10, right? Now this percent 10, what will do? It will take the remainder by dividing it by 10, and then that remainder will be assigned to d. Now that remainder will always be the last digit. In our case it is going to be 3, right? So 3 will be assigned to d. In next statement is s is equal to s plus, in the brackets what I have done here is d is multiplied 3 times. That means the cube of this the number that have been stored in d. Now in previous statement the d is holding 3. Now 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, that comes 27. S was initialized to 0, so 0 plus 27 will be assigned to s, right? And then r, this is the this is the variable that is running the loop, right? Now in the first statement percent sign was used, that will give you the remainder. That means in our case it is always going to be the last digit because we are dividing it by 10. In the last statement this is division, right? Now what division will do, if you divide any number by 10, right, the quotient is going to be the number without the last digit, right? So in our case it is going to be 15. So 15 will be assigned to r, and then loop will continue. So 15 is greater than 0, right? Same way it is going to come inside, same things will happen, and this time S was holding 27 in the previous run, D will hold 5 as R is holding 15 now, so D will hold 5. 5's cube will be calculated and will be added to 27, again will be assigned to S, and then same thing will happen by the time R is not holding 0. So 0 greater than 0 will terminate this loop. After the loop, we need to check if S is equal to N. If both the numbers, N is the original number that was given, right, and S is the calculation that have been calculated. That means the calculation that we wanted to calculate was the sum of cubes of its digits. That will be calculated with the help of this loop. Now, here we are checking S is equal to N. If both the numbers are equal, then our number is an Armstrong number. Otherwise, it is not an Armstrong number, right? It seems little complicated, but it is not if you see it with little bit more concentration, right? Let us see what concepts are we going to use in this. We are going to use variables of integer type, right? Data type int is a keyword, and %d is the conversion string for integer type of variables. Then we are going to use predefined functions: clear screen, printf, scanf, and getch. Control statements will be used, that is loops and if-else statement will use, and operators, arithmetical operators and relational operators will be used for this. For all these concepts, I have already made few videos. If you have not seen those videos, please visit my channel by clicking the I button and check these videos also, so that you have more clarification of this concept. Now, this video will have two more segments, right? In the next segment, I will show you this program on the computer, and after that again I will explain you this loop step by step. So let's have a look at the program first, and then we'll come back on the board to learn what all is happening within this loop. Let's have a look at this program. As discussed over the board, we have taken integer type of variables for this, right? And then one number have been scanned in N. S have been taken so that we can calculate the sum, and I have been taken so that we can run our loop, right? So while I is greater than 0, D is equal to I %10, which is going to give the remainder as the last digit, and D will hold that, right? Now in next statement, we are multiplying D by D 3 times to calculate the cube, and adding it into S and assigning it to S only, so that in the next run we can add more the next cube also, right? Then I is equal to I divide by 10, which is going to remove the last digit of the number. In the next segment, we are going to check whether S is equal to N or not, right? If this statement comes true, then number is Armstrong number, else number is not Armstrong number. Let's run this program and see the output. Let's enter 125, right? This is not an Armstrong number. Let's run it one more time, and this time let's enter 153. This number is an Armstrong number. Let's once again go over the board and understand this loop. Let's understand the loop now. As discussed in the program, we have initialized S to 0 so that we can calculate sum. I is equal to N, that is holding the number which was scanned, and then while I is greater than 0, and the body of the loop, right? Now let us understand how this body of loop is behaving when your loop is running with this body, right? Let's have a look at this table. S was initialized to 0, I was initialized to n, and we are assuming the n's value is 153, right? Now, as per our loop, I is greater than 0, d is equal to I percent 10, s is equal to s plus d multiplied by d multiplied by d, and then last statement is I is equal to I divided by 10, right? Now, taking the initialized value, 153 was initialized value of I, which is greater than 0, right? Now, if it is greater than 0, then loop will run. How the loop is running? D is equal to 153% 10, which is going to give the remainder, right? If you are dividing any number by 10, then the remainder will always be the last digit, and in our case, that last digit is 3. So D is holding 3. Next statement is S is equal to S plus D multiplied by D multiplied by D, right? Now S initialized value was 0, so 0 plus 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, which will give us S is equal to 27. Now S is holding 27, right? Next statement is I is equal to I divided by 10, right? If you divide any number by 10, then it is going to give you the number without the last digit, right? Our number was 153, so last digit have been removed and 15 will be left in I. So I is holding 15 now. So after first run of our loop, I is holding 15, S is holding 27, and D is holding 3, right? Now the next run, 15 greater than 0, true. Now D is equal to 15% 10. Now D will hold 5 now, right? Because 15 divided by 10, the remainder will be 5. Then S is equal to 27 plus 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5, which is going to give you 152. Now S is holding 152, and the next statement is 15 divided by 10, which is going to remove 5 from 15, and I will hold 1, right? Next iteration will be I is greater than 0, again true. D is equal to 1% 10, which is going to give 1 as remainder, so D is going to hold 1. S is equal to 152 plus 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1, right? Again, it's going to give you 153. So S is holding 153, and then last statement is I is equal to 1 divided by 10. This time quotient will be 0, so I will be holding 0. When it comes to check the condition now, it is going to be 0 greater than 0, and because of this statement, our loop will terminate, right? And then after the loop, if-else statement that I have explained you in the program, that will run. I hope you have understood this program, and by understanding in this way, I'm sure that you will never forget this concept. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll be back with more such kind of videos, so keep watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.